Good morning, guys. It's Wednesday. That means there's students coming today. I'm excited. I gotta get ready. I got a little scratchy throat, and my blue screen of death issues that I had yesterday totally ended up in me having to reinstall Windows. So now I'm kind of spending the day putting all my Windows programs back and putting all my settings back to where they're supposed to be and getting ready for kids. Let's go. I'm about as frustrated as I can get trying to get that computer working again. It's kind of funny when you get a new computer, it's like, oh my goodness, that's so much fun. I love doing all that cool stuff, making new things work and putting all the computer's programs on there. Then when your computer crashes, it's like, never mind, that's not near as much fun. You're just frustrated. I don't know, maybe I was frustrated before too. Either way, it's just frustrating. So I've given up trying to do that for a while. I'm gonna walk over here, play a little music, pick the songs for tonight. Maybe that'll make me feel a little bit better. You know, there's a lot of really great reasons why I used to become a youth pastor, and playing games with people is never one of them. But let me tell you something, big bag of knobby balls is definitely one of the perks. So I've just about got my computer all back exactly the way I want it. A few little things that are messed up, but I think I've got it all back together now. Hopefully it won't crash again. I wanted to take just a minute to stop and talk to you just a little bit about my workflow of how I get my notes to teach and everything. I don't know why, I'm always fascinated by that kind of stuff, so I thought I would tell it to you guys here. So here's the deal. I do all my writing in OneNote. I do all of my Bible text stuff in Logos. So I have Logos open and OneNote open, and I'm going kind of back and forth between Logos and OneNote. And I do all my pre-writing in OneNote. The reason why I do it in OneNote is just I want to have it kind of available wherever I go. I need somewhere that can store it forever. And OneNote is searchable, so I can go back and look later and go, hey, I talked about 1 Peter at one point in time, and I can look and figure out when I talked about 1 Peter. So I write it all in OneNote. I normally take the full Bible passages and copy them into OneNote, and I write in what's called manuscript form, which means that I write out the whole long thing. I write everything that I do. I write it out in OneNote and have it all there, including the Bible text. And so you could theoretically just read it straight through, and it would be basically the idea of the sermon that I'm going to teach, or the talk for the students I'm going to do. Then I go and open up InDesign. This is what I use, and I have InDesign. I have a template that has, how many pages does it have now? It has 7 blank pages in it. And in this template, there is basically, it has 7 blank pages and the Times New Roman 16-point type bullets. And when I paste it in there, it automatically makes everything go into bullets. Then I go back into the text when the day that I'm going to mess around with it. I go back in there and I start to color code the things I need to do. I have a color that's for Bible references. I have a color that's for questions. I have a color that's for main points, a color that's for actions or activities, and a color that's for illustrations. And the reason why I do this is because while it is in manuscript form, I very rarely preach direct top to bottom, say everything that's there. And so this way I can glance quickly and go, oh, okay, this is where I'm going next. And I know I'm getting to a question. I know I'm getting to an activity. I know I'm getting to a Bible verse or whatever. And I can find those things quickly when I'm teaching. So then I take my notes and I convert them to a PDF and I upload them to Dropbox. And then from Dropbox, I open them up on my iPad in PDF Expert, and the reason why I use PDF Expert is just because it's a really easy way to get things on your iPad. It will save them and it will open directly to Dropbox, and also if I have to, I can make some notes real fast, and it's just what I've used for a while. There's a lot of different PDF readers. You could even just use straight Dropbox and open it up that way. But that's what I use, and then I kind of have it continually scrolling so I can keep what I'm talking about up at the top of the screen, and I use that to teach. I don't use a backup anymore. For a while when I first switched to teaching with a tablet, I used a backup piece of paper just in case, and so now I don't. Now my backup is pretty much my phone, so if the tablet breaks or something goes on, I'll get my phone out, open up Dropbox and do the same thing there. It's much harder to use, but I can do that. If neither one of those works, then I just gotta fake it, wing it. So that's the way I do what I do. All right, so I'm setting up a computer. It's the old computer that I have to do check-in. It's one of the things that I have just struggled with students is trying to get a good idea of who's here and who isn't. Now, I know who's here every week. We only have 16, 17 people. The idea though is that how do I keep track of them week to week and remember who's been here or who hasn't, and without letting people slip through the cracks. So I've tried all kinds of things. I used Ministry Tracker for a while, and let me tell you something, Ministry Tracker is a great service. It's just a little bit out of our budget. So now I'm using Planning Center online, their people idea. We're gonna try, we've been doing that for a little while now. We actually haven't really checked in a little while though, just because I haven't found a great way to do it. And a big part of that is because I hadn't had an extra computer. Also because we don't have internet out here, so I have to turn my phone internet on. It gets kind of crazy. But we're gonna give it a shot again tonight. I'm gonna use it for a few weeks and see what happens. So I gotta set that up. Do a walk and talk, but it's too windy. Can't you tell? I gotta get a microphone. Let's do an Indiegogo campaign to get me a microphone. What do y'all think? Let's do that. Patreon, something? I don't know. Probably not. I imagine there are better things you want to spend your money on.